Hey Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're looking at the best turn-based games on Nintendo Switch. These are games where you don't need fast reflexes. You can take your time to think about your moves. Let's jump into our top 15. The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak puts you in the shoes of Van Arkride, a Spriggan who takes on jobs others won't. The game happens in a world full of politics and magic, with amazing characters who all have their own stories. The battle system uses a grid where positioning really matters. You need to think about where your characters stand. You can use arts, magic, and crafts, special abilities to beat enemies. And there's a cool system called XIPHA that lets you power up your team. The game has a mechanic where time passes and NPCs have their own schedules, making the world feel alive. Even though it's part of a bigger series, you can start with this game and still understand what's going on. With fun mini games, tons of side quests, and battles that make you really think, this game will keep you busy for at least 60 hours.
I'll dice you up! Keep it up!
Grant of light! White shield!
Thanks, pal.
Activating skill!
Triangle Strategy tells the story of Serenoa Wolffort, caught in the middle of a war between three nations fighting over salt and iron. Super important resources in their world. Think of it like chess with a story. You move your characters on a grid-based battlefield where height, position, and the direction you're facing all matter. Before battle, you get to place your units, then take turns moving and attacking. The game has a unique voting system called the Scales of Conviction, where your choices throughout the story affect how your team votes on big decisions. This means your choices actually change the story. There are multiple endings depending on what you decide. The game looks gorgeous with its HD 2D style, modern 3D environments with retro style character sprites. With 20 plus characters to recruit and different paths to take, you'll want to play this one more than once. Paper Mario. The Thousand-Year Door is a remake of a GameCube classic where Mario is flat as paper in a 3D world. Mario and friends search for 7 crystal stars while dealing with the X-Naughts, bad guys who want the stars for their evil plans. The battle system happens on a stage with an audience watching. If you time button presses just right during attacks, the crowd cheers and gives you more power. Mario can fold into a paper airplane, roll into a tube, or turn sideways to slip through cracks. The game has a great partner system where characters like Goombella and Koops join you, each with special abilities for battles and solving puzzles. The paper art style means Mario can get new abilities by finding magical cursed chests that transform him in weird ways. With tons of humor, charming characters, and puzzles that use the paper mechanics in clever ways, this game is a must-play RPG that's easy to learn but has enough depth to keep you thinking. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes place in a world where two nations, Keves and Agnes, are stuck in endless war. You follow Noah and Mio, soldiers from opposite sides who can suddenly fuse with their friends into powerful beings called Ouroboros. While not fully turn-based, the combat works on an auto-attack system where you position characters and choose special moves when they're ready, giving you time to think like in turn-based games. The class system lets characters learn jobs from each other, so you can build your team however you want. The game has a huge open world to explore with amazing views and giant monsters roaming around. The story deals with some really deep stuff like what it means to live when you're only given 10 years of life, the lifespan of soldiers in this world. There's a cool flute playing mechanic that connects to the story, and the music is absolutely beautiful.
Quit being an idiot! Stand back!
Divinity, Original Sin 2 lets you create your own character or pick from origin characters with special stories in a world where people with magical powers are hunted. The turn-based combat is all about using the environment. You can make it rain on enemies, then zap them with lightning for extra damage, or teleport bad guys into lava. Almost everything can be picked up, moved, or destroyed, making battles super creative. You build a party of 4 characters, each with different skills and abilities. The game has local co-op, so you and a friend can play together on the same Switch. What makes this game special is how much freedom you have. There are many ways to complete quests, and your choices really matter. You can talk to animals if you have the pet pal talent, steal from NPCs, or solve puzzles in ways the developers didn't even think of. The game can be challenging, but you can adjust the difficulty. With hundreds of hours of content and endless ways to play, this is one of the deepest RPGs on Switch. Valkyria Chronicles 4 takes place in an alternate version of World War II called the Second European War. You follow Squad E, a group of soldiers fighting for the Federation against the Empire. The game mixes turn-based strategy with shooting elements in a system called BLITZ, Battle of Live Tactical Zones. On your turn, you use command points to control your soldiers one by one from an overhead view, then switch to a third-person view to move and shoot in real time. But enemies can still attack you while you move. Different classes like scouts, shock troopers, lancers, engineers, and snipers all play differently. The game introduces the grenadier class and the new snow weather system that affects movement. There's also a cool brave system where nearly dead soldiers can get one last powerful action. The story focuses on childhood friends Claude, Raz, Kai, and Riley dealing with the harsh realities of war while keeping a hopeful tone. With its unique watercolor art style and mix of strategy and action, this game feels different from any other turn-based game.
Please hurry and finish the operation.
They're in range.
Taking a shot.
Whoa, crap!
Pokémon Legends. Arceus takes the series back in time to the Hisui region, which later becomes Sinnoh, when people were afraid of Pokémon. While not fully turn-based in the overworld, battles use a turn system based on Pokémon speed stats. Faster Pokémon might get multiple turns before slower ones can act. You can use Agile style for faster but weaker attacks, or Strong style for powerful but slower moves. The game changes the Pokémon formula by letting you catch Pokémon without battling. Just sneak up and throw Pokéballs in real time. Your goal is to make the region's first Pokédex by not just catching, but studying Pokémon behavior in their natural habitats. You travel using special Pokémon like Weirdeer, riding, and Hisuian Braviary, flying. The story involves mysterious space-time rifts appearing around the region and the legendary Pokémon Arceus, with boss battles against frenzied noble Pokémon and a more open-world approach divided into large areas. This game refreshed the Pokémon formula while keeping the turn-based battle system fans love. Octopath Traveler 2 tells 8 separate stories of characters like Throné the Thief and Oswald the Scholar, each with their own reason to travel the world of Celestia. The battle system uses boost points. Each turn you get a point you can save up, then spend to make your attack stronger or hit multiple times. Every enemy has weaknesses to certain weapons or elements, and hitting these breaks their shield and stuns them. The day-night cycle changes how the world works. Some NPCs only appear at night, and each character has different special abilities depending on the time of day. The path actions let you interact with NPCs in unique ways. You can challenge them to duels, steal their items, or get them to follow you. The beautiful HD 2D art style mixes pixel characters with 3D environments and modern lighting effects. The game improves on the first Octopath by having the 8 stories connect more, with paired character stories and a satisfying ending that brings everyone together. With each playthrough lasting about 60 to 80 hours, this game gives you tons of content to enjoy.
What's our plan of attack? I'll run you through!
Prepare yourself. My blade sings.
Dragon Quest XI follows the Luminary, a hero reborn who must gather allies and save the world from dark forces. The game uses classic turn-based combat that's easy to understand. You pick commands from a menu for your 4 active party members. Each character has unique abilities. Eric is great at dealing damage to single enemies, Sylvando supports the team, and Jade uses powerful kick attacks. The game has a fun crafting system called the Fun Size Forge, where you play a mini-game to create and improve equipment. The Switch version adds a special 2D mode that lets you play the whole game in a retro style, like older Dragon Quest games. There's also rideable monsters, a horse racing minigame, and a casino with slots and poker. The story starts simple but gets very emotional, with some surprising twists about the main character's destiny, with charming characters designed by Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama, orchestral music, and about 100 hours of content, even more if you do all the side quests. This game shows why Dragon Quest is one of the most beloved RPG series ever.
You can do it! Get him!
Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake brings a classic NES game into modern times with beautiful HD 2D graphics while keeping the turn-based battles fans love. You play as the child of the legendary Hiro Ortega, who must finish what your father started, defeating the archfiend Baramos. What makes this game special is the class system. You create and customize your own party members, choosing from classes like warrior, martial artist, mage, priest, merchant, and gadabout. Later you can even change their classes while keeping some abilities. The day-night cycle affects the world, with different monsters appearing at night and some NPCs only available at certain times. The game has a huge world to explore with multiple continents, and each town has its own culture and problems to solve. Mini medals hidden everywhere can be traded for special items, and the casino lets you try your luck at different games. While still having random encounters like classic RPGs, the remake adds quality of life improvements like a mini-map and better inventory management. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Vengeance puts you in the shoes of a high school student who gets transported to a destroyed version of Tokyo called Da'at after an earthquake. This world is filled with demons, and you soon become a Nahobino, half human, half demon with awesome powers. The battle system is all about finding enemy weaknesses. Hit a demon with what they're weak to, and you get extra turns. The coolest part is that you can talk to demons during battle to convince them to join your team. Once they join, you can fuse them together to create stronger demons with better skills. The Vengeance version adds a whole new story route and casual difficulty for new players. As you explore the open areas of Da'at, you'll find items, hidden demons, and story events. The game makes you make tough moral choices that change the ending you get. Will you side with God, demons, or forge your own path? With over 200 demons to collect and customize, this game will keep you busy for at least 60 hours. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster brings 2 classic RPGs to the Switch with better graphics and quality of life improvements. These games tell the story of characters caught in the middle of big wars and politics. What makes Suikoden special is that you can recruit 108 different characters called the Stars of Destiny to join your castle. Some fight with you, while others open shops or add mini games. The turn-based combat lets you have 6 characters in battle at once, instead of the usual 4 in most RPGs. You can use normal attacks, special rune magic, or powerful team-up attacks where characters combine their strength. The games also have big army battles, where you command units like a simple strategy game, and one-on-one duels that work like rock, paper, scissors. The remaster adds things like auto battle, fast forward, and battle logs to make playing easier. The story is really good, with themes of friendship, betrayal, and what it means to be a leader. The second game is often called one of the best RPGs ever made, with an emotional story that connects to the first game in cool ways. Fire Emblem, Three Houses puts you in the role of a professor at a military academy where you teach one of 3 student houses, the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer. The game is split into 2 parts, teaching at the monastery and leading your students in battles. During the school part, you decide what to teach your students to help them grow into different classes like Knight, Archer, or Mage. You also build relationships with them by having meals together, returning lost items, or giving gifts. The battle system happens on a grid where position really matters. Attacking from behind does more damage, and keeping characters close gives support bonuses. If a character runs out of health in battle, they can be gone forever, unless you play on casual mode. The monastery is fully 3D, and you can run around talking to students and doing activities. About halfway through the game, a big event happens that changes everything, and the story changes based on which house you picked at the start. With 4 different story paths and tons of characters to get to know, this game has at least 200 hours of content if you want to see everything.
I am Ferdinand von Ayer. Yeah! The mark of nobility. Greatness awaits.
Persona 5. Royal follows a group of high school students who discover they can enter the minds of corrupt adults and change their hearts. By day, you live a normal student life, go to class, answer questions, hang out with friends, work part-time jobs, and study for exams. By night, you enter the metaverse where you fight shadow monsters in turn-based battles using your personas, powerful beings that represent your inner self. The One More system gives you an extra turn when you hit enemy weaknesses, and you can pass this bonus to teammates for big combo attacks. The calendar system means every day matters. You only have limited time to build relationships, called confidants, that give you special abilities in battle. You can collect and fuse over 200 different personas to use in battle, but your friends each have just one special persona that grows with them. The Royal version adds a new character, a new palace dungeon, and many quality of life improvements to the original game, with an amazing story about standing up against unfair adults, stylish artwork, and one of the best soundtracks in gaming. This 100+ hour adventure is a must-play for any RPG fan.
It's immune to curse. It's a powerful enemy. It's immune to curse. It's a powerful enemy.
Let's go.
Finish it quickly with curse attacks.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition brings the Wii U classic to Switch with improvements. The story starts when Earth is destroyed in the crossfire of an alien war, and humanity escapes on giant ships. Your ship crashes on planet Mira, and you play as a customized character who works with Blade, a military group trying to set up a new home while searching for a special ship part called the Lifehold that contains the rest of humanity. What makes this game amazing is the open world. It's huge with 5 different continents to explore, each with their own ecosystems and alien creatures. The battle system works on auto attacks with special arts you trigger when they're ready, giving you time to think like in turn-based games. The game's big feature is the Skells, giant robots you can pilot after about 30 hours, which transform into vehicles and even fly later in the game. The class system lets you mix and match abilities from different classes as you master them. There are tons of side missions that develop the world and characters, and special affinity missions for your team members. With over 100 hours of content, gorgeous alien landscapes to explore, and the freedom to tackle objectives how you want, this is the ultimate sci-fi RPG experience on Switch.
All right, it's on.
Let's see what you've got.
Assault Hammer!
And that's our top 15 turn-based RPGs on Nintendo Switch. Each one offers something special, from demon collecting to giant robots. Which one caught your eye? Let me know in the comments which turn-based game you love the most. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Until next time.